Hello, buddy. Hello, buddy. So, little Bruce here is with us for a residential, displaying signs of lead frustration or potential reactivity or potential aggression against dogs or other humans or something like that. We do not know yet. It may be all of those or it may be none of those. And the reason why we don't know that yet is because, come on sweetheart, good lad, is because he's incredibly wary, he's not very confident, and he's incredibly nervous. So we've given him sort of 24 hours to settle in with us, which is totally normal. Some dogs take to it straight away. Some dog takes days to settle into a new environment. But you can clearly see he is extremely wary, okay? So before I can start even looking at his behaviour or theoretically testing that behaviour in different environments to try and decipher out what it may be or what may be the reason for curing this behaviour, we need to have a relationship. We need to have a friendship. We need to have a bond. He needs to trust me. And vice versa, likewise, I need to trust him. I need to be on a very, very sort of simple wavelength or thought process, having known him for very little time, where I kind of can know how he's going to react. I kind of can preempt a situation to handle him more effectively, to work with and de-escalate potentially bad behaviour that we don't want him to display, along the lines of sort of a prevention is better than cure. But before I can actually do that, we need to have a bond. Good lad, good boy, good boy. So it's taken me about, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just for him to actually want to be around me, be in our company, be in our presence. So he's not learning anything yet because he's not in the right mindset to take and for me to teach a lesson. Because if he does go wrong, we're going to have to correct him accordingly so he learns the difference between right and wrong. For me to do that, we're going to have to put him under a little bit of pressure. We're going to have him think about alternatives. We're going to have him make decisions and make choices to teach him that if he chooses the right one, he's going to get rewarded. If he chooses the wrong one, he's going to, be subject to a consequence. Good boy, good lad. So this is all down on his level, do you know what I mean? I'm not confronting him, I'm sitting side on, I'm not putting hands out and putting any pressure on him. I want him to be confident enough and to be relaxed enough to actively approach me. I cannot force this. I cannot stick him on a lead and say, right, you're here for training, I need to teach you a lesson because your mum and dad is paying me for a service. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. I have to have him, and we have to have him in the right state of mind to be able for us to progress and be able for us to teach an effective lesson, okay? And I'll just show you what I mean, right? I don't want to over-egg the omelette here, but see how he reacts to this. Okay? And I'm not going to pursue him down the run. I'm not going to force him into a corner. I'm not going to put physical pressure on him by bearing down on him. Do you know what I mean? I'm just some overweight bearded bloke that puts videos on the internet. But to him, I potentially am a new figure, I'm a new body, something potentially that's quite overbearing for him. So we've got to keep all of this in mind. All right? And the longer that we do this, good lad, stepping forward, good boy. Good lad, good boy, come on in, and again, this is way beyond just waving a bit of ham in front of his nose or a bit of chicken or a bit of cheese or whatever. He is not interested at all because good boy, good lad, all right? Even though I'm rewarding him verbally, I'm not looking directly at him, I'm not looking straight into his eye line. I want to be as least intimidating as I possibly can to him. Good lad. And when he does come closer like he is now, I'm not going to spook him by reaching my hand out. I want him to feel comfortable just being around me. Good boy. Good lad. Good boy. Not looking at him, I'm looking at the floor. Good boy. Good lad. So yeah, every dog is different. Every case is bespoke and individual. Some are easier than others. Some take longer than others. The key thing is you've got to have the experience, the knowledge and the skill set in your own personal training toolbox to adapt, to change, to be fluid, to try something new, you know. But you've got to have a number of different suggestions that you could potentially do, or tricks or techniques, or call it whatever you like. Options is probably the best word, to gain progress with a dog that is clearly got some form of psychological issue going on there. Good lad, good boy. Come on then, son, come on. Good boy. Every minute that passes, he gets closer and closer. Good boy. Good lad. Good boy. Good lad. Still not looking at him, still no sharp movements, still not, you know, trying to intimidate him in any way, or potentially moving or doing something that's going to intimidate him in any way. Good boy. Good lad. Good boy. We're getting there. We're getting there. And this is all the stuff that people don't post because it's boring. It's not very interesting. But this is all the stuff that, if you're doing it correctly, big statement there from me, all right? But if you have half a clue of what you're actually doing, you will take the time to make the dogs feel less nervous, more confident, to start teaching them more effectively. Good lad, good boy. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on.